Welcome back, everyone. This is the second video in my unique deck review series. This quote-unquote deck that I'm about to show you is unique for its medium, meaning the format in which the 78 cards are presented. In recent years, we've seen tarot presented as a set of dice, a set of tiles, and even as traditional Chinese fortune-telling sticks. But have you ever seen it presented as one single coin? This here is the tarot coin by Karmacide, a company that specializes in making coins. This one in particular is an entire tarot deck packed inside a coin that is 1.75 inches in diameter and an eighth of an inch in thickness. To give you an idea of just how big this is, here is a side-by-side comparison against a Canadian quarter, which, by the way, is the same size as an American quarter. Now, I'm going to lay the quarter on top of the coin, and you can see that the quarter is almost exactly half the width of this coin. In terms of weight, this coin weighs 1.25 ounces. Before I demonstrate how to use this coin, I want to take a minute to address this little hole at the top. This coin comes with a thin leather strap that you can put through this hole to make this a necklace. What I find fascinating is the incredibly thin clasp this strap comes with. To open it, you simply push the two ends together, twist, and pull. I don't know if this is everybody's cup of tea, but personally, I really like this coin as an accessory. I think it goes really well with the whole steampunk vibe that I'm really into, so I definitely think that this feature is a nice little bonus. To understand how this coin works, I need to first show you an important aspect of its physical structure. In the center of both sides of this coin is a raised dome, which allows the coin to spin. This feature is what allows the user to randomly choose a card. On each side of the coin, there are several rings of information. We always start off on the side of the major arcana and with the middle ring in particular, because this is what determines whether the card will be from the major or minor arcana. As you can see, the split between the two categories isn't 50-50. Rather, the minor arcana takes up about 2/3 of this ring. This is, of course, to reflect the fact that there are about twice as many minor arcana cards as there are in the major arcana. Here we are with our first spin. I've landed on the minor arcana, but for demonstration's sake, let's say I ended on the major arcana. In that case, I would stay on this side of the coin and spin again, this time choosing from the outer ring. Here we've landed on 10, but that doesn't necessarily mean our card is card 10, the Wheel of Fortune. This is because there are only 11 numbers in the outer ring from 0 to 10. To finalize the choosing of my card, I would need to spin again, and this time aim for the middle. I've landed on this side, which says +0. So I would add 0 to the number 10, in which case it's 10 plus 0, and therefore my card truly is the Wheel of Fortune. Had I landed on this side, however, I would have had to add 11 to the number I chose, which would be 11 plus 10, and therefore my card would have been the World instead. And now let's choose our second card. I've landed on the minor arcana, so I am going to turn the coin to this side, and here there are two rings of useful information, the numbers on the outside and the suits on the inside. It really doesn't matter which ring we start with first, but I tend to start with the outer ring to conform with the naming convention of the minor arcana. So there, for example, the Ace of Wands or the Five of Cups. And here we are. 3. Pentacles. So therefore, my second card is the Three of Pentacles. Now, technically, we have completed the process of choosing both a major and minor arcana card. However, you may have noticed that there isn't an option to determine reversals. I personally don't read reversals, so it's not a big deal to me. But for those who do, here are two suggestions. The first is to utilize the inner ring of the minor arcana. Currently, the design of this ring is purely decorative and serves no practical purpose. What we can do is designate one side as upright and the other side as reversed. This method does assume that the direction of the cards are entirely random, and the chances of receiving a reverse card is 50%. However, I know that some readers are deliberate about reversals, meaning that they actively select a random number of cards to be reversed, and this amount is usually less than 50%. So if you're that type of reader, here's my second proposal. We can flip the coin back to the major arcana side and use the middle ring to determine upright or reversals. In this case, we would use the minor arcana, which takes up most of the ring, as upright cards, and the major arcana as reversal cards. Aside from tarot, Karmacide's suggested use for this coin include using it for pendulum divinations, as a worry stone, and also as a quick heads or tails flip. Personally, I wouldn't use this as a pendulum because it's just not the right shape for me. For pendulum divinations, I generally prefer long pointed crystal like this necklace here. In regards to using it as a worry stone, I actually wasn't even sure what they were at first and thought they were something like fidget spinners. Turns out, worry stones are small, smooth stones that are usually oval shaped and have a thumb size indentation. They generate stress relief when you rub it with your thumb. After I learned that, I tried to use the coin this way and I didn't like it. So I took out my rocks and crystal collection and found this heart shaped rose quartz, this flat serpentine, and this sanded piece of glass. I tried using each of these as worry stones, and I can definitely see how they would be good for stress relief. Therefore, the issue isn't that I don't care for worry stones. I just don't think this tarot coin is a good use for this purpose. What I think is calming about worry stones is their smoothness, so the coin with this texture just doesn't cut it. Lastly, I definitely wouldn't use this for coin flips because one, it's too heavy, and two, if I wanted a coin flip answer, I would just flip a coin. What I do like using this coin for is for small spreads. I think it works best as a single card spread, either as a card of the day meditation or as a detailed yes or no answer. So instead of reducing it to a yes or no answer that you would get with a simple coin flip, it might offer just a little more information on how or why it'll be a yes or no. For example, if I were to ask, will I be able to successfully grow my YouTube channel? And I get the Seven of Pentacles, I would read the answer as yes, but very, very slowly. This response will help me set realistic expectations and remain positive when I'm not seeing the results I was initially hoping for. I have also tried using this for more than a one card spread, and I would say that it worked well for up to three cards. Beyond that, the readings became unintuitive and mentally cumbersome. I know memorizing four or five cards doesn't seem like it's much, but I actually found it really difficult to visualize five cards in my head while trying to interpret them at the same time. Of course, I know that I can just write down the cards I chose, but I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of it being a coin. What I like about this particular tool is the idea that one coin is all I need. If I have to carry a pen and paper on top of this, it'll take away from what makes it so fun for me. And some of you are probably thinking, well, I wouldn't have to carry a pen and paper because I'll just type it on my phone, which is something I always have with me. I completely agree that would be a solution to the problem. I just personally don't like being on my phone whenever I do any spiritual work. Would I recommend this coin? Absolutely. It's actually the go-to deck that I take with me when I go out. I either wear it as a necklace or put it inside this little drawstring pouch and throw it in my purse. I like having a deck with me wherever I go, but I don't always have the means to carry one with me since I don't like carrying purses or bags, and most clothing I possess generally don't have pockets that can comfortably fit an entire deck. If you also like this coin and are interested in picking up one of these bad boys for yourself, you can find the link for purchase in the video description below. At the time of this filming, this coin is available in gold, silver, and a limited edition copper. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found this helpful or entertaining, and strongly consider subscribing to my channel for more reviews and other tarot related content.